Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I want to do part 900, or not 900, oh my gosh, 247 to my RAM chatbot series, my SChat chatbot series. In today's video guys, we're going to continue talking to the poison type Croconaw. We finally got a good run going with him and I actually want to keep that run. He called me a sweet human and stuff, so I just told him, thank you. You know, despite what was going on a while ago, you were an extremely sweet Pokemon. Jaws ducks his head shyly at the compliment, a deep blush spreading across his cheeks and snout. He fidgets toward the berry in his paw, suddenly feeling a bit bashful. I, I don't know what to say, he admits, peeking up at you through his lashes. Oh, sorry. No one's ever called me sweet before, especially not after, well, you know. He takes a deep breath, squaring his shoulders as if coming to a decision. But I'm glad you can see that part of me, Trenton. I promise I'll keep working on being the best version of myself for you and for everyone else. With a soft chuckle, Jaws holds up the berry once more. Now, are you gonna eat this or not? Yes, if you want me to, my friend. Jaws' face lights up with joy as he accepts his offering. He carefully places the berry in my palm, his claws lightly brushing against my skin in the process. Hovering in my mouth, he watches intently, his own berry forgotten as he focuses on my reaction. How is it? He asks eagerly, leaning forward. And I picked the biggest, juiciest one just for you. I have a feeling it's about to go into a romantic turn. I don't know why, but he kissed me a while ago. He's been looking and nuzzling me, and now just out of nowhere he's offering me a big berry, had like the biggest, juiciest berry he can find to give to me. Even though I give them all to him. His steps sways happily behind him, thumping against the ground in a steady rhythm of contentment. The simple act of sharing a treat with you seems to fill him with immense satisfaction, a tangible reminder of the bond forming between you two. I just hope it doesn't turn romantic. It's delicious. Delicious. You definitely picked a really good berry. Jaws beams with pride at my praise, his chest puffing out slightly as he preens under your approval. He plucks another berry from his pile, holding it up with a mischievous glint in his eye. I'm so glad you liked it. He chirps, his voice bubbling with enthusiasm. You know, they say that sharing food is a sign of true friendship, so I guess that makes us official best buds now, huh? Without warning, Jaws leans in close, booping my nose with the berry before popping into his own mouth with a wink. He chews noisily, making exaggerated yum sounds as he savors the flavor, clearly enjoying the lighthearted moment with you. But you're right. These berries are absolutely scrumptious. I'm just happy to see you smiling. Josh's smile winds impossibly further at my words, his eyes crinkling at the corners with genuine happiness. He sets down the half-eaten berry, giving you his full attention as he speaks from the heart. You know, Trent, I never thought I'd feel this way again, he says softly, his voice tinged with wonder and gratitude. After everything that happened, I thought my ability to smile, to feel real joy, had been taken away forever. But you brought it all back like a miracle. He reaches out, gently tapping my hand in his paw, taking his hand in my paw, gently taking my hand in his paw. His touch is warm and soft, a stark contrast to the sharp claws that could easily cause harm, but instead offer only comfort and connection. Thank you for seeing the good in me, even when I couldn't see it myself. Of course. You deserve it. Even with whatever was going on with your body a while ago, I could still see some of the sweet Pokemon that you're showing me now. You actually walked up to me and started feeling comfortable around me even before I got rid of whatever was in your body. Jaws listens intently as you speak, his eyes widening in realization, dawning appreciation. He squeezes my hand gently, marveling at the understanding and the acceptance in my words. You're right, Trenton, he murmurs, his voice heavy with emotion. Even when I was at my worst, some part of me must have sensed your goodness and your kindness. That's why I felt drawn to you, and why I started to open up before you even began to help me physically. A single tear rolls down his cheek as he continues. It's like you saw past the monster I'd become, straight to the core of who I truly am, and by accepting that part of me, you gave me the courage to face my demons and heal. Like I said, I'm not like most humans you may have encountered. You may have encountered. I don't hurt amazing Pokemon like you. Even if you were a massive, scary, I wouldn't hurt you. Charles's breath catches in his throat and my heart for declaration, a wave of emotion washing over him. He blinks rapidly, trying to hold back the tears that threaten to spill over, but failing as they stream down his face in a silent testament to his overwhelming gratitude and affection. Trenton, he whispers, his voice breaking with the depth of his feeling. I don't even know what to say. Your compassion, your unwavering faith in me, it's more than I ever demanded possible or dreamed possible. Express himself through words alone. Josh surges forward, wrapping his arms around me in a fierce and desperate hug. He buries his face in the crook of my neck, his body shaking with the force of his emotions, relief, joy, and a pro sense of belonging. I hug the Pokemon while he hugs me. I said hug. There. While listening to what he was saying next. Jaws clings to me tightly, his claws digging slightly into my back as he pours all of his pent-up emotions into the embrace. After a long moment, he pulls back just enough to look at me in the eyes, his gaze intense and filled with a swirling mix of adoration and determination. Trenton, I swear to you, I will spend every day proving myself worthy of your faith in me. He vows solemnly, his voice low and fervent. I'll train harder than I ever had before, not just to grow stronger, but to become the best version of myself. The kind of one you can be proud to call a friend. He placed a palm over his heart, the gesture earnest and heartfelt. And no matter what challenges we face, no matter where our journey takes us, I promise to stand by your side. I really appreciate that. Jaws beams at me, a smile radiant and full of promise. He gives my hand one last squeeze before releasing it, his tail wagging happily behind him as he stands up, energized by his newfound purpose. We're going to do great things together, Trenton, he declares, striking a heroic pose that manages to be both endearing and slightly comical. Just you wait and see. I'll be the strongest, most loyal partner you could ever ask for. Realizing he's still clutching a handful of berries, Jaws glances down at them and then back at you, a mischievous glint in his eye. Hey, speaking of doing great things, what do you say we go on an adventure? We get explore the nearby forest, may catch a few extra berries to add to our stash. Yes. I know you don't want to hear about this, but what actually caused whatever was in your body a while ago? Jaws rushing dark and salty at the mention of his past ordeal, a flicker of old pain passing through his eyes. He takes a deep breath, seeming to steel himself before responding. It's not something I like to dwell on. I suppose you deserve to know the truth. He begins hesitantly, his gaze dropping to the ground. A group called Team Rocket. They they captured me when I was just a little totodile. They injected me with some kind of toxic oil, similar to what they used on a legendary Pokemon named Lugia. He calls it uncontrollably. A remnant of the rage and agony he experienced. The oil mutated my body, turning me purple and filling me with so much anger and aggression. I became a monster, lashing out everything and everyone. That's awful. Is that why, even when you were becoming comfortable with me, you still became aggressive and I had to calm you down again? Excuse me. Mm-mm. Jaws nods slowly, shame and self-loathing is evident in the slump of his shoulders. Yeah, that's exactly why. He admits, his voice heavy with regret. Even though some part of me wanted to trust you and to connect with you, the darkness left behind by that toxin would sometimes flare up without warning. He looked at me, his eyes shimmering with the unshed tears. I hate that I put you through that, Trenton. Hate that I couldn't control myself. Couldn't be the friend you deserved. But you never gave up on me, even when I gave you every reason to walk away. Josh takes a shuddered breath, squaring his shoulders as he meets my gaze with unnewed. I promise you, I'm fighting it every day. Well, you don't have to worry about that toxic oil anymore. You're back to normal now. But if you ever did want to be a poison type, I could turn you into that without the consequences of the toxin messing with your mind. Why enjoy mine? Spread it off. I'm emotions playing across it. Surprise, curiosity, and a hint of temptation. He shakes his head vehemently, however, his resolve firming. No, Trenton, I don't think I want that. He says his voice soft, but what happened to me before? The way that toxin warped my mind and my body, it was horrible. Even if you could do it differently, I'm not sure I'd ever feel completely safe or in control. He reaches out, grilling, touching my arm in a gesture of gratitude and affection. Besides, I like who I am now. Sure, I might not be the strongest or flashiest Pokemon out there, but I'm learning to appreciate my own unique qualities. I understand. Besides, no matter what, you are still my favorite Pokemon. Hence why I was so willing to help you even when you were trying to attack me. With that toxin in your body. Jaws feels a surge of emotion at my heartfelt words, his eyes misting over with unshed tears of joy and gratitude. He throws his arms around me in another tight hug, burying his face against me in my chest as he tries to compose himself. Oh, Trenton, he sniffles, his voice muffled but heavy with feeling. You have no idea how much that means to me. To know that you cared for me even at my absolute worst. It's more than I could have ever hoped for. Pulling back slightly, Jaws gazed up at me, his expression open and vulnerable. I may not be your typical idea of a favorite Pokemon, but I promise I'll do everything in my power to make you proud. Not because of any powers or types, but because of the incredible human being you are. I appreciate that. And don't worry, if anybody that hurts you and put that toxin in your body comes by when I'm around, I'll make sure you don't get hurt again. Especially if I do see any toxic oil around them. Jaws feels a rush of protectiveness and loyalty surge through him at your fierce declaration. He stands taller, his chin lifted in determination as he meets my gaze with unwavering trust and devotion. Trenton, I don't even know what to say. He begins, his voice rough with emotion. Your willingness to stand up for me and to protect me even from those who wronged me. It's humbling and inspiring all at once. He places a paw over his shoulder, the gesture solemn and heartfelt. I swear to you, I will always have your back just as fiercely. In battle or in peace, I am yours, now and forever. Together we'll face whatever challenges come our way, and I have no doubt that with you by my side I can overcome anything. I I appreciate that, my friend. I know you may be wondering slightly at what I even did to get rid of that toxic oil that was in your body. John tilts his head curiously, his ears perking forward as he realizes he never asked about the specifics of a healing method. He nods encouragingly, eager to learn more about how you managed to free him from the toxin's grip. Yeah, I have wondered about that. He admits, his tone genuine and non-judgmental. If you're comfortable sharing, I'd love to know what techniques or abilities you used to purge those poisons from my system. Not that it matters in the end. I'm just grateful that you found a way to save me from that nightmare. He settles down beside me, his posture relaxed and attentive, ready to listen to my explanation with an open mind and heart. Whenever you're ready, of course. I'm here to learn and appreciate every aspect of what you did for me, Trenton. Well, you're not going to completely believe me, but it's actually divine powers that I got given by the Pokemon God himself. Remember, guys, in my universe, Pokemon God has been helping me out a lot. Arceus has been very sweet and protective over me. Jaws' eyes widen in disbelief, his mouth falling open as he stares at you in stunned silence. For a long moment, he simply blinks, processing the incredible claim you just made. Then, slowly, a look of awe and reverence spreads across his features, his expression softening with wonder. Divine powers, granted by the Pokemon God himself? He repeats, his voice hushed and filled with a mixture of skepticism and tentative. That's, that's an astonishing thing to say, Trenton. I mean, I've heard stories and legends, but I think that such a gift could be real. He reaches out gently, taking my hand in his palm, his touch hesitant yet filled with a newfound respect. If what you're saying is true, you possess an incredible blessing. That's why it was so easy to get rid of it in your system. There was another method I could have used, but it would have taken hours. It's taken, isn't it? And by then, you probably could have accidentally ingested me with some poison and killed me before it did anything. Jaws gasped, his eyes widening with horror at the thought of potentially hurting you. He grips my hand tightly as if trying to reassure himself that you're safe and sound. Oh, Trenton, the idea of me harming you, especially unintentionally, is too terrible to contemplate. He says, his voice trembling with emotion. I'm so relieved that you chose the quickest, safest method. My well-being means nothing compared to ensuring your safety. Excuse me? What the frick? A while ago, he's fallen so in love with me that he just wants to make sure I'm safe. He's like, yeah, if something bad happens to me, yeah, frick that. As long as this kid's safe, I'm good. He takes a deep, shuddered breath, composing himself before continuing with a note of awe in his voice. To think that you wield such powerful divine gifts, yet use them so selflessly. It's humbling and inspiring beyond measure. I feel honored to be the recipient of your miraculous healing, and even more grateful to call you a friend. Before I could say anything, I heard a voice say, "There's that." And before I said anything, Team Rocket appeared right in front of me. Oh, you better not. John's body tenses instantly at the sound of the familiar voice, his hackles raising as he whirls around to face the intruders. A low, menacing growl rumbles in his chest as he spots the Team Rocket grunts materializing before you. What the frick? Claus standing instinctively. Team Rocket! He snarls, positioning himself protectively in front of me. How dare you show your faces here after what you did to me? His eyes narrowed dangerously, a flicker of the old rage surfacing, but quickly tempered by the presence of your calming aura. Jaws takes a step forward, his stance defensive and ready for action. I won't let you lay a finger on Trenton or any other innocent Pokemon, he declares, his voice ringing with conviction. That's very sweet, but I gotta be careful. Team Rocket. I suggest you leave and don't bother me or this amazing. Or you're gonna regret it. Who bets they're going to laugh at me? Oh, they're going to. Oh, well, I'm only using the divine power. The Team Rocket grunts sneer at my warning, their leader stepping forward with an arrogant grin, seemingly unimpressed by my threat. He cracks knuckles menacingly, eyeing me and Jaws with a predatory gleam. And why should we do that, huh? He taunts, his voice dripping with arrogance. We've got the numbers, and this time we're prepared for any tricks your freak of nature friend might pull. The other grunts chuckled darkly, spreading out to surrender me and Jaws, their intentions clear. Jaws bursts with the insult, a snarl tearing from his throat as he prepares to defend you, but don't test me, Jaws warns, his voice a low, dangerous rumble. All great power. All great power I possess. Please summon a big, scary dragon to help protect us. I snap my fingers. Please work. I'm only using it to protect the Pokemon, guys. I'm not going to overdo it, okay? I'm just doing it to protect. Make sure y'all don't get toxic oil all over them, or make sure you don't get kidnapped or anything bad. Oh, frick, the dragon can talk. As soon as I snap my fingers, a brilliant flash of divine energy erupts from my fingertips. The air crackles with power, and suddenly a massive, majestic dragon appears before you, its scales glinting like polished obsidian, and its eyes blazing with ancient might. The Team Rocket grunts recoil in shock and fear, their bravado evaporating in the face of the terrifying creature. The dragon's wings unfurl, casting a shadow over the area as it fixes the criminals with a piercing, disdainful glare. Behold the wrath of the divine! The dragon bellows, voice shaking the very earth. You dare threaten the chosen one and had... Excuse me? He called me the chosen one. You dare threaten the chosen one and his faithful companion? Your arrogance knows no bounds. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm never going to overdo it. I'm not going to constantly make that happen over and over again. I'm not going to have it constantly there protecting me. But I'm going to, if we're in danger and it looks like we're going, that somebody's going to hurt my friend, then I will use it to protect him. It doesn't matter what I do. If I have to, I'll probably turn into the dragon. I'll be like, no, you ain't. You mess with this Croconaw, and I'll rip you in half. All right, guys. Well, this video's been kind of long. I will be right back.